thank you so much for your time. Again, Kedra is going to record this and she'll send it out to everybody just in case you need to go back and check something for reference. So you had class, you had orientation on February 3rd, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm sure you had a great experience. So tonight we're going to talk about Rev Up Orientation. So as you go through the 16 weeks on the educational component, we'll share some information and some deadlines that are going to prep you for your pitch, should you choose to pitch and if you're ready to pitch. So let's do introductions real quick. I am Ann with the Chamber. And Varun, if you want to introduce yourself for those who may not know you.
Sure. Varun Sadana with the Launch Place. We are a venture development organization, help small to medium-sized businesses. We also invest in early stage technology companies. And I am excited to be again helping with this Rev Up program and Chamber. Very excited. I'm always super excited about the program and how it helps small businesses. And very glad to be part of it again this year, and hoping to know all of you through this program and helping you guide through this as well. So yeah, glad to be here.
And Kedra.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kedra Walker, the Director of Programming and Events for the Danville, Pennsylvania Chamber of Commerce. I'm here to help you and direct you into the right places as you prepare for your pitch.
Thank you, Kedra.
Welcome.
And as you know, you're in the educational component now, and we're all part of the ecosystem of the broader ecosystem. But the Chamber's responsibility in this process is to prepare you to pitch and to provide you a mentor that's going to help you during this process. And then we'll also be providing the judges for the pitch competition. So you've got the educational component now, but we don't waste any time. During this whole time, we're going to prepare you for the pitch process as well. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is an informal presentation, okay? So at any time, if you have questions, just let us know. All right. All right, Varun, I'm having trouble with my daggone computer again. Hold on. There we go. So right off the top, and Varun's going to go over this, we just want to talk about some expectations for the pitch portion and the mentorship portion of the program. Varun?
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for joining. As you know, we are excited for you to participate in Rev Up program. But at the same time, let me say that I'm equally excited and proud of you, for just making this commitment for your business and your career, and participating in 16-week program. I do say 16-week. I will say most of the time 16-week, but please remember there are certain businesses here who are going to be part of that refresher course. So pardon me, but as a group, I mean all the companies that are participating in the program. As you go through those programs about the education piece, that is going to help you plan, launch, and grow your business. The second piece, like Anne was saying, there is a rev up component, and today we are going to talk all about like expectation for the rev up program. What it takes and what the expectations are, what are the key deadlines. And at any time, like when we are talking about it, please make sure that, if you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll try to address them. The learning and workshop is one piece. RevUp will provide like a funding. For that to happen, you will have to submit a business plan with financials. There is a pitch component, so you will have to share a presentation with us, which summarizes all entire business plan, and then there is finally a pitch in front of the judges. So today we are going to talk about all things RevUp side. With the CIC program, you got like all the information about that workshop piece, but today we are going to talk about the RevUp. just just remember, like as some of you already know, this is a professional program, right? Like it is, there is a grant, but please do not assume that it is just because you are participating in the program or you attended the workshop or you submitted your pitch business plan to us that you are guaranteed funding. That's not the case. I want to be very upfront about it. I want to make sure that you all are aware of it. And just like for us to set the expectation right, we want to make sure that you are successful, but at the same time, there is a limited capital available. And we also want to make sure that, you are ready for the funding, and, you have all the components for your business to be successful. Um, as you go through this program, we are going to be available. The chamber is going to be available. I'm going to be available. Of course, the CIC, the education piece is available, but we are also going to be available to you to help you guide through this program, but prepare you for, with your business plan, but also your presentation for the finally pitch if you decide to pitch. But at the same time, we want to make sure that you are fully engaged, right? We want to make sure that, you are committed as much as we are committed to this program to making this successful. Uh, End of the day, we want your business to be successful. We want you to be successful. That means like committing to the program, going to the learning program with CIC, and then finally making sure that you have your all the components for the business plan, pitch, and finally you are available for the pitch, which will happen. We will share the dates for it later in the presentation. Next slide, please. Um, One of the components, and just before this, we actually had a great session with some of the mentors as well. Um, you know, there are we talk about the two things, right? Like the education component with CIC, or the refresher courses, and then there is a funding piece, the pitch itself. Um, the other thing that is part of this whole program is mentors, right? We are going to be assigning you with mentors. We'll make those introductions. We'll make a match and make those connections next week on February 16th. Is it February 16th next week? Yeah.
Yes.
We'll make those connections next week. But we, quickly want to share some of this expectation from that. Mentors are going to be available to you. Mentors are, I would say,
Whoops,
you
hold
have that.
on.
See, it's okay.
Sorry, Rude. I'm
No,
having some difficulty.
no, it's okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Um, you will have the CIC. You are going through that, 16 weeks or refresher, right? Um, Chamber is going to be available. I am going to be available. On top of that, we want to make sure that we are able to connect you with some of the mentors, who can, who can guide you with this. The expectation, there is a clear expectation we want to set regarding the mentorship. Mentors are not going to be there, to help you write a business plan, right? Or help you do your presentation for you in Canva. That's not the program is. Mentors are gonna be there for you to give you like a strategic direction for your business. If you are stuck somewhere and you need some help with this, seek their advice. They're gonna be there to share their experiences and journey, how they got started, and just building your confidence. They are not going to be answering. They're not going to be doing a financial projection, but they may, if they choose to, help you with review of your financial projection. And we are going to be there too, but you can also get their advice as well. For example, I was thinking about an example like for that. Say somebody decide to get an ABC license, right? uh, they're not gonna do like, hey, reach out on your behalf, like how to get an ABC license. What they can do is possibly like share like who's gonna be the contact for it, how to get started about it. On a high level, they can guide you with that, but they're not gonna be doing those things for you. They mentors are, these are successful business owners in the community. They are giving you their time and sharing your experiences. So we want to make sure that you are using, their time to the fullest, right? They are going to be willing to meet with you, but also there is expectation like they can meet with you over Zoom as well, right? So we want to make sure that you use their time carefully, and they will be able to guide you with, um, just to, on a high level, guide you with the program, but also guide you with like how you need to get your business started if you're starting business, or how you can possibly grow, and provide you more of a strategic direction versus like day to day, like helping you with the business planning, or present help you with creating a presentation. If they choose to help you with that, that's great, but there is no expectation that they will do actually the work for you, but more like guide you with that and give you direction, and give you like, their years of experiences and advice. Does that make sense? Um, the what one other thing that we want to be careful is that, after we make a connection, we have said this to them. Once we make a connection, um, the ball is going to be in your court, right? We'll make a connection, but our expectation is that you set up those meetings with them. You reach out to them and make sure that, hey, um, when there is available time to meet person or like Zoom, and you are going to be scheduling those, right? Um, Things happen, life happens, right? They may not be available. They schedule something with you, but they may not be available, or you schedule something. I think it is very, very critical that you communicate from get go with them. um, uh, you know and if they're going to be reaching out to you, just make sure you respond to them, and just follow the next steps, or like whenever they're agreeing to meet with you. If you are not able to, just make sure to communicate with them. Like you said, they could be doing a lot of other things. They are not getting any kind of, monetary reward from this program. They are just truly giving their time and experience, sharing their experience with you. So we expect that, you use that carefully. And but at the same time, there's a reason they have decided to be your mentor. Just make sure to, reach out to them, and they will share their experiences. We are going to be there along the way. If there any point that they're stuck, or they're not able to answer any questions, or you don't feel confident, please do reach out to us. We'll make sure that we are available to answer any of your questions. Anything related to the program, right? The deadlines, where to submit anything, um, reach out to Chamber, reach out to Kedra, reach out to Ann, reach out to me. They are not gonna be aware of those. Again, they are there to provide you more of a direction, but not like day to day, questions about, what the deadline is for business plan submission. Any questions about mentors?
And Varun, this is Ann. I did not put this on the slide, so I do apologize. But when we were meeting with the mentors before we get on to this meeting, I think it's good information that our mentors have agreed to meet with you February through May, for a total of 2 hours per month, right, Varun?
Yes.
And that can be virtual, but we have asked that at least two of those meetings be in person.
Yeah, yeah, and again, like, we there are gonna be, because it is both like Danville and Pittsylvania County. We know like some of you might be a little too far. Um, it might take too much of driving, like for mentor to come and see you. We will appreciate if you can meet with them at a place that is convenient for both of you. Worst case, right? Like they have agreed to meet over Zoom as well. So again, we want to make sure that they have a good experience, but at the same time, you are able to get some of the strategic direction for your business as well. But again, since it is a limited time commitment on their behalf, we want to make sure that they do not waste on like, driving a couple of hours or an hour, right? So just make sure that you are able to, meet at a time, place that is convenient to both you and to them. We are asking for at least 4 months. The rough idea was that hey, they can give you at least a couple of hours every month from now between now and the presentation, like the pitch. So maybe 2 hours every month, February, March, April, May, right? But it doesn't have to be that set 2 hours, right? Like it could be, hey, you need more help in March, as you are formalizing your business plan, they might be flexible with that. So just keep that in mind. If they are willing to provide more hours, that's great, right? Like that means that they clicked with you. They are excited to give them more time and experience, expertise with you. That's great. That is between you and them. But there is no expectation from their part that, hey, they should be giving more than 8 hours throughout this program. Next, next slide.
I'm trying my computer. Hold on.
No, that's okay.
There we go.
All right. Um, so this is all about pitch, deadline, and feedback. Um, why we have this here is, first of all, why we had this orientation was, as you will see from that CIC workshop, especially, that program is, there might be companies or individuals who are from other parts of Southern Virginia, right? There might be somebody from Martinsville, who may not be eligible to present at Rev Up. So but they are still interested in the learning piece of it, so they are participating in the CIC program. This one, the Rev Up is only focusing on individual businesses who are going to be presenting and pitching for possible funding. So we didn't want it to muddy the water, and that's the reason we wanted to have like a separate conversation with you all about this. As you know, the education is just one piece of it. There are certain deadlines. You do, if you want to participate in the pitch competition, you do have to share a business plan with us. We will share with you a portal where you can share the business plan and related information. So there is an expectation for that. Um, the business plan itself, some of who maybe already have a business, or you may have already, if you already have a business, there might be a component of the business that you are pitching for, right? Then make sure that you are trailing your business, at least still share the information about this, but like, share in the business plan what those updates are going to look like, what you're seeking funding for, and how that will impact your business, right? So it is, even if you are part of Refresher, you still have to submit a business plan. So just make sure, like, as you're going through those CIC workshop, on the side, you are preparing. If you decide to pitch, you do have to work on your business plan. And then eventually you will have to work on your presentation, which is kind of a summary version of your business plan, and then prepare for the pitch. These deadlines, and we will have another slide about the deadlines itself, but they are important, right? We want to professionalize this. This is a professional program. There is a funding involved. We want to make sure that you follow those deadlines. It is very challenging for the staff, people who are helping with this, to be chasing, right? There is a reason that we want to set these expectations from get-go, is that you are able to meet those deadline. If for any reason there is certain things that happen, you gotta tell us in advance, right? Make sure that you are able to share with those. One of the main things that I said, I have been helping with this program for a few years now, and I have seen this. I'm not saying that you will do it, but I have seen this. There are a lot of businesses or individuals who leave everything for the last minute. Please do not do that. It doesn't do good to you. It won't do good to mentors. It doesn't do good to Ann. It doesn't do to me, right? Like end of the day, we want for you to be successful, present a good business, hopefully so that you can receive funding. That means that, you dedicated few hours to this. You are already committing 16 weeks into this or refresher, right? You're already committing so many hours to it, but it is important that whatever you decide to do, it maybe in your head, you may have it as some summary version somewhere. It is important that you put it together in a business plan. And for that to happen, I say start early, right? As soon as you can start on it, that's going to be the best thing. Do not wait for the last minute. I've seen that before. It doesn't work out great. As soon as you can start, at least putting it together or at least getting started with it, that's going to go a long ways. And we hope that you are able to do that as soon as possible. Uh, please consider this. There is some expectation. We are here to help you. Uh, we are going to be giving you feedback. Please accept it as a constructive feedback. You may decide, it is end of the day, it is your business, right? The way you want to run or way you want to present, that's totally up to you. But if a mentor is giving you some feedback, please do consider it. They are sharing that based on their experience. So please make sure that you consider that in a professional manner, and if you can make changes or based on that feedback to your plan, to your business, that's great. But if you cannot, if you don't think that is going to be useful, it's totally up to you, right? But please just make sure that you are responsive, you're communicating well with the mentors and the staff here, and taking that feedback professionally, and just working as a team. We want to make sure that you know you are ready for that pitch night, right? That's our goal, and hopefully you are successful as a business owner as well. Um, Next slide, please. Um, Again, few bullet points about professional conduct. And I'm assuming you are going to share this presentation with everybody.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go through like these bullet points. We expect that gonna be a professional conduct, but please make sure, like, this is not free money, right? We as a chamber, we are fiduciary here for this pool of capital that we have, of funding that is available. We want to make sure that it goes to the business. And that just helps you with that just helps you with starting your business or expanding your business, right? It is a gap funding. That doesn't mean like, hey, if your business requires $50,000 to get started, there's no expectation that you know your business will get a funding of 50,000 from this program. The goal is that, hey, if there was a portion of capital that was not available to you from your personal capital or your business loan, and that last $5,000, that last $10,000, that can get you started, or that can help you expand, that can have a meaningful impact for your business and the community. That's what the Rev Up funding is going to be for. So we want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. This is a gap funding. It is real funding, right? In the sense, like, you deal with this whole process as you were dealing with getting a bank loan, right? In fact, like I hope some of you who do require that additional capital, you go through these programs of education, but also this mentorship, preparing the business plan. You can possibly take this to a lender, right? They have their requirements, and you are able to, take some of that what you are, what you're going to be preparing through this for a working capital loan, right, or a long-term loan, that you are able to use that. But please consider this as like same footing as the bank loan. That this is professional funding as well. This is not like a free money. And there are like certain expectation, and you are following those expectations.
And a good point to remember too, Varun, is um, should you be awarded grant funding, there is a contract that you would have to sign, that you would have to stay in business for 3 years, and if you don't, you would owe a prorated portion back to the chamber. So, it is serious, and like Varun said, it's just like a bank loan. So take it as seriously as such, okay?
Next slide, please.
Okay. I didn't know if you were ready or not, Varun.
I am. All right. Deadlines. Mentor introduction. So, like I said, we are going to be making introduction to possible mentors by next week. Some of them. Uh, one of the things that I also want to say about that was not covered in previous slide about mentor expectation was there is a possibility there might not be a 100% match, right? If you are trying to start a restaurant, there might not be a mentor that was also in the restaurant industry, right? Um, End of the day, these business owners or individuals who have decided to be a mentor, they have been successful in their own right in their own businesses, and have done multiple businesses too, like few of them, right? So anything that they share on a high level for your particular business is going to be very useful. But there is a possibility that they may not be. We're going to try our best, but there is a possibility that they may not be in a certain same industry. But please make sure like they will be able to, since they had tons of experience, they will be able to guide you with a lot of these high level things, and help you with like building confidence, right? Like how to how to run your business, right? Like what are things that you will be looking for, right? There might be certain question about like, for example, for a retail business, like you may go to them that, hey, I have done research on XYZ point of sale system, right? What should I be using? They can share, like, if they have used it, they might be able to share based on their experience what they think is useful, right? So please please have that expectation that they may not be a one-to-one match in regards like they will be in the same industry. We'll try our best. But all of these mentors, they have been successful in their own right, and they'll be able to share that experience with you. And we'll make those introduction next week. And after that, we hope that you are going to be able to communicate with them on a periodic basis and meet with them as well. Month of March. So what I'm gonna do is, so CIC is there that you're going through those classes. You will have the mentors. At the same time, month of March, I'm gonna be nudging with nudging you, and setting up maybe one-on-one meeting, um, maybe Zoom, in person if possible. Again, just to make sure that you are getting started with your business plan. Or if you are thinking about pitching, you will need, like I said many times, you will need that business plan. I want to make sure that you get started with that component. So during the month of March, there's no set date yet, but throughout that month, I'll reach out to you, based on your availability, based on my availability, set that meetings as well. Just again, just to make sure that everything is going in right direction. And this is on top of like other things for learning that you're doing. April 6th, draft business plan due. There's a reason I included this here. Um, this draft business plan, as you see that it may not match some of the classes that you are taking with CIC, right? By April 6th, you are probably not even, I think you will be halfway through your classes, right? But not all the components of a business plan, the corresponding classes, the workshops that you have with CIC, you would have covered by April 6th. But my goal is, again, we have that deadline so that you get started with this, right? When you submit your business plan, it could be, 5 pages, 2 pages, 1 page. I want you to see that you have started with something, right? And not waiting for the last minute. So we'll have this deadline. We'll tell you like how we are going to be seeking that. But please, if you are planning on pitching, we'll have a deadline for draft business plan. And that draft doesn't have to be a draft for all the sections. It could be like 1 page, right? But we want you to share something with us just to make sure that you are going in the right direction and so that we can give you some feedback. So you will see from the next bullet points. Next bullet point, please. If you share a draft business plan, I'm going to be providing with the feedback in the month of, rest of April through May, right? Again, the goal is that for you to be best prepared by the pitch night, right? When the actual deadline for final submission of your business plan is, the goal is that you are not like sweating a night before, uh, to prepare this business plan. You have like component of it covered like throughout, right? Like, and you have few months for it. I remember when I was in grad school, one of me and my friend, like we met every day. We had this project for Volvo trucks, actually in Dublin. We were doing a project for them. We met every day for an hour. We worked on it. Um, we also had a beer after that, but that's another story. But again, like we did meet every day. We prepared something. We did work on the project, and as like in that grad school, like a week before, everybody was like thinking about, oh, where do I get a binder for it? Where do I get, printed and whatnot? Like we were fully prepared, and we were ready to submit. Right. Part of it was just that we did like a little bit of it every day. So I'm hoping you're putting a deadline about draft business plan. The point being that you are just getting started. At least you are putting few thoughts on it, how you're going to be marketing your business, right? Have you done research on your demographic? And that goes into your business plan. And during the month of April 7th to May, I'll review whatever you share with us, and provide feedback. So that's what that is. Next. The final deadline, and this is very, very important. The deadline for business plan submission is May 8th. We are going to be using a platform, F6S. Um, um, and I did not include this, but I will have to do another session sometime, when they're closer to on F6S. It's going
Okay.
to be very easy, but just to help, like, typically you just have to create a profile and you can enter your information, but I will do a session so that there are no last minute hiccups. Again, quick 30 minutes, right? How to create a login and then just start submitting your information and uploading your document and information. Again, the goal, this platform helps us distribute the information with the judges, do the ratings, and help us with the scoring for the competition as well. So again, the deadline is May 8th. My goal is like, you know, on May 8th, I hope I'll try if I can help, but like I don't want to get calls about, hey, this is not working, right? Or I'm not able to log in. I want to make sure all those issues that may have, we are able to tackle it before. And it's a smooth transition for you and for us. So I might do another session sometime just for like quick for everybody, people who are in like 16-week and also refresher who decide to submit their business plan, that hey, they are able to create this profile on F6S and submit their documents on that. Some of you who have already done like submitted a business plan before or participated in this Rev Up, you may already have that profile. So you may just have to retrieve the username and password to get started. And some of that information that you previously shared, you just have to be updated. Uh, the after the deadline, right, for the business plan, um, we are also I'm also gonna do a session on how to pitch session. This is gonna be mandatory for everybody. Uh, Everybody, they have their own style of presentation, and I think all of you are gonna do great. But I want to do a session on how to pitch, just to make sure that you just covering the basics of like what components are included in a good pitch from a business point of view, right? So I'll do a session on that and cover like all the sections or all the things that you need to be covering in a business pitch. And that is going to be on May 11th. Then, since you have, at this point, we are assuming that you have a full business plan. Uh, you know, you will have like the questions about, oh, what should be included in my business pitch presentation. We'll have covered that. And then by May 12th, we are going to ask that you submit your draft presentation, right? Again, like draft business plan, we are seeking a draft presentation. Point being, we want to make sure that you are starting on this your pitch presentation. It can take some time. For some, it might be very quickly that you can put together a presentation. For others, it might take longer. We want to make sure that everybody's on same scale, and you are ready to submit a business plan when the eventual deadline is, or for the presentation eventual deadline is. So we are asking that you submit a draft presentation on May 12th. Then May 12th to May 19th, we'll do pitch prep. Um, Part of it is going to be, if you submit your presentation, we'll have a chance to review it. We'll provide you with feedback. We'll practice with you. We'll time you. It's my name here, but I'm assuming like Ann and Chamber is going to be helping. You may ask your mentor, right? Like they may, if they have time, if they have availability, they may decide to do a practice pitch prep with them too, right? And give you some feedback. But for everybody, we want to make sure that May 12th to May 19th, we are available, you are available, so that we can do a few sessions with you. Again, for somebody who has done this before, it might be easy. For somebody who has not done this is the first time, and they're not comfortable with presentation, I know you all will be great at running your business, but sometimes, not everybody is comfortable with that, making a presentation in front of everybody, right? I'm like that too. So we want to make sure that that anxiety is gone. Things about like, hey, what should I be including in the presentation? We will cover those things between May 11th, May 12th, and then, practice from May 12th to May 19th. And then, last thing, is that we ask that you submit your final pitch. So as you can see on May 8th, it's going to be your presentation, right? Your business plan, the detail, and then May 19th is going to be your submission for the pitch presentation. Please remember, if you have done your business plan, right, most of that presentation information is going to be coming from your business plan, right? It's just going to be in a summary way. And most of those sessions are going to be like talking about how to present, what should be covered, and like just a style of presentation, right? But if you have done your business plan, the final pitch presentation, it should be easy. Then you're going to have 2 nights of, assuming you all decide to present, we are going to have two nights, right, Ed? For May 20th and May 21st for the
Yes.
actual pitch pitch night. Um, we will answer as we go along. We'll answer more questions about this during our pitch prep. Just to let you know a little bit about it now, it is going to be like a formal. Few judges are going to be there. They're going to be asking you questions, right? And based on that, after the pitch uh, there will be some additional questions and follow-ups. Next couple of bullet points, and we'll do follow up with you. Like there might be something that was not covered in your presentation, right? And judges may say that we want to get a little bit more details about how you're going to be spending. If you are requesting that $10,000, how you're going to be spending those $10,000, right? They may, we may do. Chamber is going to do a due diligence as well, right? We are going to be working with you throughout this process, but at the end of the presentations, there will be some additional questions. Judges will have follow-on questions, but we'll do our final due diligence on the companies and material that you submit. We will be doing site visits as well if you already have a location, and based on all that information, the team is going to be deciding the funding, and the awards are going to be announced on June 11th at the Chamber's annual award ceremony. So again, want to make sure that from as you're starting right now, you have these deadlines in mind, and we are here to help you with those things. But it's a process. You do not want to fall behind. Please do not think there's still a lot of time. My one of my advice is just get started, wherever, like put put your presentation together, whatever you can, few paragraphs a day, a little bit of research a day, that is going to help you a long way. I know that there are a lot of things that's going on in life. You have your business to run. You may be working somewhere. You have a family. But if you can, maybe during nights and weekends, spend some time on it, it's going to go a long way. And that is something that you will eventually have to do when you are running your business, right? So, part of it is that this will get you started on it, and help you prepare to be a successful business owner.
Varun, we do have a question, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it says, do y'all have access to IBIS reports, IBIS?
Yeah. So IBIS report, though we do not have access to it. Um, I can suggest you a couple of things. IBS access to those IBS database, those are very expensive. So certain organizations have it. If you are one way to get it, like sometime the public libraries will have access to it. So if you can get like a public library card through their databases, you may have access to it. If you are part of, the community college or college, right? If you're part of that library system, there's a possibility that you will have access to that IBIS report. The other thing is, sometime if you are part of like the SBDC, they might have access to it. One thing I do want to say is that please do not rely. I use IBS report as well, sometime in the past. Please do not rely like just on that. Like while you're doing your research, you can get some of the information from there, but at the same time, like you still have to include like local demographics. So make sure you supplement that information with other resources that might be available, like census, sometime like industry associations. They will have even more updated numbers, right? So you may have to think about like other sources, where you can get some of the industry information, like industry associations. That could be very useful. But Chamber doesn't have access to IBIS. The launch place, I don't have access to IBIS World reports, but I do like try to get like, through community college sometime or through public library, you may have access to them. More questions. It cannot be that straightforward.
Hi,
Sta-
Veronica. Oh,
Stacia?
yes, I have a question. So are we given the opportunity to, I guess, have feedback if our business isn't selected for the grant or other resources that we could use?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I see another question from uh, it's more did I hear correctly that you all will come to our business location? Um, Most likely, yes. Correct, Anne? If it is
Yes,
expanding business, yes.
yes. Doing site visits is part of the chamber's due diligence. So, and Stacia, you've been through this pitch process before. Do you have any words of wisdom or best practices that you learned that you might want to share with others or for Newell or someone
Hmm.
want to share?
If I could share anything, I would definitely just say stay the course and trust your gut. Do it scared. Like, I mean, just do it.
That's good advice.
Yeah, no, that's a great advice. Like I think part of it is that anxiety, right? For like
Hmm.
presentation, somebody who has not done this before, there's always that, a how will I get in front of everybody, right? Our goal is to make sure that you feel comfortable about that, right, and prepare you. End of the day, what I say is nobody knows you more than your business than you, right? So you just have to be confident about it, making sure that you have all the right components, right? And be honest, right? And you just have to get started.
Right. And if you have spare time, which uh, you know, I'm sure you may or may not, but if there are any other classes out there, like Varun, if the launch place is giving
Yeah.
classes or the city of Danville or the SBDC, feel free to, if you have the capacity to enroll in those classes as well.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So I will, from time to time, share more information about like some of the sessions that we are doing at the launch place, and those are outside of this program, right? But I think it is as you are going through this, more information, free information you can get. I think it is going to be always useful. For example, we were supposed to do a session last week about like accounting fundamentals, right? But that we had to reschedule because of the weather, right? We will be doing it in 2 weeks' time. We'll share that information again. It will be very useful for you all, right? Like how to set up your books, especially if you're getting started. So things like that are outside of your, CIC workload or like some of the sessions that we are going to be doing. But if those are available through the city, through the launch place, and you have capacity, like Anna was saying, attend. I think it is going to be super useful, just to prepare you or eventually help you running your business.
Yeah. And I know it can be confusing sometimes, but just think of all of these partners, whether it's the launch place, the chamber, the city, the SBDC, Rise Collaborative. We're all in this ecosystem to help you, to assist entrepreneurs in our region to be successful. So we each have our own niche. But what I do want to put across to you is you have a network of people and organizations that are here to help.
I saw another question from Mary Beth. Are those visits going to be scheduled site visits? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, our goal is to make sure that we are able to visit, see what you're doing. We have no intention of, hurting your business or disrupting the flow of your business if you have client meetings or anything like that. So yes, those will be scheduled.
Right. And Varun, we do have another question. It says, so will everyone get some sort of
Oh,
grant funding?
oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
That's okay. And the answer to that is probably not. We have a pool of funding of about, how much do we have, Varun, did I say earlier?
100,000. Yeah.
$100,000.
Yeah, it is a pool of money. It does come from different sources, which means that we got to make sure that we abide by those the requirements that those funding entities have given us. For example, and are we still going to have some funding from the veterans?
Yes, and thank you for mentioning that. If any of you are veterans, please email me directly because we do have a partnership with American Legion Post 1097. So we have a fund of $13,000 there that will go directly to veterans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So for example, that funding, it is dedicated to a veteran-owned business, right? Or somebody who's starting. So our goal is want to make sure that we abide by some of the guidelines these funders have set up. So it is 100,000. There is a funding for the county businesses, and then there is also funding from the city-owned businesses, right? That are not city-owned businesses that are in city. So we want to make sure that those guidelines are also met. Um, I
well,
see another
that's total,
total.
Varun. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's 100,000 total from all the different sources.
right.
Um, will you be involved in site visit if we are working with the Economic Development Office with our brick and mortar? Yeah. Yeah, they are also a partner of ours
Mhm.
in all this. So if you are involved with them, if there is a location that has been selected, we'll like to know more, and if it is ready, we will come and see.
Right. I do want to go back to the one question about will everyone receive grant funding? And there is a funding capacity, but at the end of this 16 weeks, you and your mentor and Varun may decide that you're not quite ready to pitch and you need additional time. Or think about what you're asking for. If someone is asking for $75,000 and we only have $100,000 to go around, you're not going to get the full amount, right? That's where Varun may come back and say, well, what are the components of that $75,000 that would be the greatest priority to get your business open? So maybe if you have a piece of equipment for $10,000, maybe that's what we award. So, but every request is different. So it just depends, but the funding pool is $100,000.
Yeah,
And there's 17 of you, so this is a competition. It's
yeah,
just like Shark Tank.
yeah.
So
One thing I will
you're,
add to it is, sorry, Ann. One thing
no, it's
I'll
okay.
add to it is, please do remember, I've seen this plenty of times previously, um, is, sometime your startup funding, especially if it is brand new business that you are hoping that funding will help you get started, your funding may require, like Ann was saying, $75,000. And, you may have a capacity for like, $10,000, 25,000. Anything that you add from your saving, lifetime saving, that's a lot, right? Uh, but at the same time, like there might be still be a gap for that another $50,000, right? Um, so as a whole, as we are doing diligence, we want to make sure that, that is available, right? Maybe through some other sources, maybe bank, right? We want to make sure that, for your business to be successful, you will need that $75,000, right? And if that is not available from different means, then it can be very difficult for you to get started. So we will consider that as well. that, hey, the entire financing for what you need is available from different sources, which might mean like personal capital, which might mean like long-term debt from the bank, and portion of it might come from this funding.
It looks like someone has their hand raised. Is there another question?
Hey guys, this is Danielle. I have two questions. One will piggyback off of your last statement, Varun, with the due diligence. So when I made my initial application, it was on an estimation, and I applied for funding for my tech stack. And as I continue working through this path, if I find that my initial estimate was way lower, is there an opportunity to change that in my business plan going through this next portion? Okay.
Yeah. So that's our goal. Like, hey, as you go through this CRC program, you talk to mentors and whatnot. Um, what you submit eventually, in the business plan, and then like what you have in your final presentation, that's what we are going to be considering. And then, there might be a follow-up questions after your presentation that will verify with you. So if you have something right now, please don't consider like, hey, that's the final number. What you submit in the business plan and eventually in your presentation is what we'll consider.
Thank you. And then my second question is, since my goal is to grow and expand in the rural communities, with the CIC, we talked about the KYC, the Know Your Customer Discovery conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked if there was, if they were going to help with the warm introductions, and they were very positive about it. But I wanted to ask that question to you guys as well. Like, if we as a whole class need connections to businesses in the area, is that something that you would be willing to help us with?
Um, we'll try to help as much as possible, right? But please do not consider this like, hey, that's something that, I think about it like as a typical chamber can help. Um, but we are not gonna become like, and I'm being very honest, your Rolodesk, right? For customer discovery, meeting people, possible businesses, yes, right? Like we'll help with that. But like it cannot, and I'm just trying to make sure that, expectation is correct and set correctly that way. That, you're not gonna be just really like, setting up meetings for you, right? But as part of it is like I'm hoping if you want like just one-on-one conversations, right? Like you will have a group here of 15, 20 people, right? That you can possibly as a group to interview, right? You will have your mentors, right? That you will get connected to just get some feedback from them. And we'll try to help you with some of those connections as well. Because part of it is that, hey, you reach out to people in the community and get some customer interviews through them.
Yeah. And Varun, that's a good point. But Danielle, that makes me remember something. All of you who participate in the pitch competition, whether you are awarded grant funding or not, will receive a 1-year complimentary chamber membership. So as part of your question, that's what chambers do. We network, we convene, we introduce. So that is part of the package for all of those of you who participate. And so that can provide you a great value there in helping you connect.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. I want to just set the expectation, right? Like, hey,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
it cannot be like, hey, Danielle, that I know you mean well and where you're coming from, right? That, hey, we have 10 businesses in a conference room that you can have customer discovery session with, right? Like that's something that we may not be able to do, correct? So that's the expectation. I want to make sure that we are setting it right. But yeah, like if you are attending chamber events, if you are attending like any of these chamber events, you're going to making plenty of connections to rural businesses or folks who live in Danville or Pittsylvania County.
No,
Hey,
all good.
Lindsay, it's Ann. We will definitely work with you on your membership, Lindsay. I think I
Oh,
interrupted someone. Was someone getting ready to say something?
Oh, it's Danielle. I was just saying all good. It's easier for me to ask first
yeah,
than,
yeah, yeah.
no,
No,
very helpful.
I understand, and it's a good question because it seems I can already tell that you are preparing. So that's a great question. All right.
Let's see. We have any more questions? Let's see.
Membership. Oh, you already answered that. Okay.
Yeah, if you've already paid your membership, we'll work on it for you for 2027. And Amanda, thank you for your comment. I made some good connections at various chamber events. And, we host about 60 events a year, and we'll have anywhere from 25 to 400 attendees. Coming up on March 12th, there's a great opportunity for you to connect with 400 regional business leaders at our annual meeting. Bring business cards, make connections, have conversations. So Kedra hears me say this a lot. Your chamber membership's a lot like a gym membership. You get out of it what you put into it, and you've got to do the work, and I know you will. But the chamber is a great organization and a great way to make those connections.
All right. I'm just trying to see like if I missed any other questions that. All right. Any last minute questions? Okay. All right.
I don't necessarily have a question. More so just saying, I know how it was like for me, attending some of the chamber events, like it can be like a little intimidating when you don't know the people. So if anyone wants to attend one and they kind of want a familiar face, I don't mind, sending me a message and just saying, hey, do you want to be my plus one? So
There
just
you
wanted to
go.
put that invitation out there.
That's awesome, Stacia. Thank you. And
Of
Stacia,
course.
I don't know if you know this or not, but we started an ambassador program. So we have
Hmm.
about 20 ambassador. Are you an ambassador, Stacia?
Yes, I helped last year for the award ceremony.
Wonderful. So there are lots of people here that can
Hmm.
help navigate you through the process. But thank you for saying that, Stacia. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. Um, I do want to say one thing. I know like few of you, sorry, I'm getting cramps. Um,
You've
sitting,
been sitting down too long, Varun.
yeah, I just need to habit of drinking more water. I know like some of you are part of those refresher course. I will be reaching out to you if you are part of this group right now. And we'll get that started as well.
Okay. So action items on the chamber's end, Kedra will send out the recording to everyone. For you guys, if anyone is a veteran, please send an email to me. It's in the chat, but it's Anne, ANNE, at dpchamber.org. And that way I can start putting you in that pool too for potential funding.
Yeah,
And then we'll get in touch February 16th with your mentor matches, and we'll go from there. Or did I miss anything, Varun?
no, no, I was just saying that that's a good reminder for me as I'm preparing the portal for business plan submission and questions. I will add that veterans question to it
Oh, please
as well.
do.
Yeah,
Thank you. That'll be great.
yeah. Um, Last thing, again, please do not be MIA. At any time you have questions, please do not wait for the presentation. Reach out to Ann, reach out to Kedra, reach out to me. Again, our end of the day, our goal is to help you prepare for the business, help you prepare the business plan, but also help you prepare for the presentation if you decide to pitch.
Well, y'all, it's going to be 65 degrees tomorrow, so hopefully all your ice is going to melt and everybody be safe. Let me make sure no more questions. I saw 2 more. No, I think we're good. Have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your chamber team in Varun, okay?
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
all.
Thank you. Thank you.